Welcome back to Find Your Amazingness podcast. It's Vera here, and today I'm going to help you to get clarity on what you want out of your life. Clarity for your future. What do you want your life to look like in the future? So in this episode, I'm going to give you different kind of questions to ask yourself. So what I recommend you to do right now is to either open the Notes app on your phone or get a journal, piece of paper, something where you can write these questions down. And it might even be helpful to pause this episode every time I ask you a question, then really take the time to answer those questions, because I know that very often what happens is that we write notes, we write questions down, but then we finish watching the video or listening to the podcast episode or listening to the book, and we just never answer the questions. So I hope that today you would take the time to truly stop. Take this time for yourself to answer these questions, because they are powerful questions, and really taking the time could give you the clarity that you're looking for in your life. So let's get started. I hope you have your notes ready, your journal or whatever you got. So the reason that I'm talking about this is because I have went through this process myself multiple times in my life. About 4 or 5 years ago, I went through this process of not really knowing what I wanted out of my life. Then I figured it out, was working on it for a while, kind of got burned out, got a job, thought that I was living my purpose again, but not really. And then quite quickly figured out that, okay, this is not the life that I want to live. And then got into a very low point, dark point, and then had to start thinking again and asking myself, what do I truly want? What truly makes me happy? And then I figured it out, and now I am literally living the type of life that I've been dreaming of for a very long time. So my favorite question that I love to ask when I want to get clarity on what I want in my life is to ask myself, if anything and everything was possible, if money was not an issue, it's like if there were no restrictions in my life, what would I want to happen in my life? What kind of life would I want to live? Truly asking yourself that, like, if there were no limitations, what type of life would I want to live? Write that down. Start describing that life, and don't limit yourself. Don't stop yourself from writing down something because it feels like, oh, that's too much. That's impossible. That is so far from my current reality. It doesn't matter how far it is from your current reality. To be honest, I get the most excited about dreams and visions that are super far from someone's current reality, because that makes them exciting. That truly makes life more interesting when you're dreaming of something massive, something truly life-changing. So if everything was possible, what would your life look like? What would you be doing? And another just simple tool that has helped me when I feel like, oh, I struggle to answer that question. For some reason, my creativity is just stuck and I can't really imagine anything. Then the easier way is to ask yourself, what are the small things in my life right now that interest me, that are kind of pulling me towards them? That can be hobbies, that can be books, that can be podcasts, that can be social media content, a course, that can be people. And for me, for example, when I was feeling very lost with my life and not really knowing how do I make my dreams come true? What do I even want out of my life? I just kept following the things that got me interested in that moment. One thing was pole dance. I started pole dancing. I started different kinds of dance classes actually. And that was helpful for me to get back into moving my body. And moving my body definitely helped me to get more energy and also meet cool people. And once I got more energy, my brain just all of a sudden started to work better. I became more creative. And the same was with Taekwondo. I tried Taekwondo last year for a few months, and I loved it. I need to get back to it actually. But that as well, that kind of helped me to connect to that like badass version of me inside of me when I got to like kick and jump and push people, and it was so much fun. And another thing was that I, for some random reason, felt like I wanted to reconnect with this friend from many years ago. And then I met with her, and that conversation that I had with her then just kind of reignited that dream of entrepreneurship and gave me the clarity that, hey, actually, that could be, I could get back to entrepreneurship. I could actually do these things. And she helped me to realize that I do actually have the skills to continue coaching and do all those things. So following the smallest signs in your life right now of things that just you find interesting, or for whatever reason, you don't even need to have an explanation of why something is interesting to you right now. Just following those little pulses, because what's really happening is that your intuition is trying to guide you back to a life that would be fulfilling for you and would make you happy. So listening to your intuition will help you to get back to that life, or start building the life that would make you happy. And asking yourself, what are your values? What things are truly important to you? And are you currently living your life according to your values? Where are you not living your life according to your values? If, for example, for you, it's important that like freedom would be important to you, do you feel free in your life, or do you feel stuck? Do you feel kind of imprisoned in your job or relationship or whatever? I've gone through those both, where I felt like, because freedom for me is one of my biggest values, and I have definitely been stuck in relationships where I felt like I was in a prison, and same with jobs. So recognizing that okay, this is my value and this is how I'm living my life currently. How can I change that? How can I live my life more aligned with my values? And what is the impact that you want to have in this world? It can be something smaller. Like some of us dream of just changing the world, like having that impact where you're talking to millions of people. And then others of us want to have smaller impacts, just impact the people around us, our friends, our families, our loved ones. Neither of them is better or worse, but figuring out what is the impact that you want to have. And then asking yourself, how can I have that impact? Because once you start having that impact, you start to feel like you're truly living in your purpose and like spreading your purpose in your life. And becoming aware of what your strengths are and what are the strengths that you have that you would want to develop even more. And then asking yourself, like, how can I do that? How can I become better at this thing that I'm really good at? Plus that you enjoy. It's important. Sometimes we're good at things that we don't actually enjoy. So finding the balance between things of like, if other people keep telling you like, oh my God, you're so amazing at that. Then asking yourself, do I actually enjoy it? Or have I learned to be amazing at that because of maybe the outside pressure, or you just grew up in an environment where developing that skill was important. So asking yourself, what am I good at? And what are the things that I enjoy? And what do I want to get better at? And asking yourself, what is meaningful to you? Like writing down what things are meaningful to me. That's kind of connected to your values. But truly thinking about like, what are the things that are meaningful? What gives meaning to your life? Because if we feel like the things that we do on a daily basis are meaningless, either the job that we have, that it's just like, it creates no change in the world, it benefits no one. If it feels meaningless, then you're probably not enjoying it, and you probably should change it. And then writing down, what would your dream life or dream day more specifically. What would your dream day look like? How would your mornings look like? How would the afternoon, the evening, who would you be with? Where would you be in the world? In what kind of environment? And yeah, just getting clear on like, not only this like bigger picture of what your dream life looks like, but just a daily basis things. And then maybe also noticing that some of the things that you're dreaming of that would happen in your dream day, you could actually already implement into your life. Maybe it's some sort of morning routine that you feel like only once you're at a certain point in your life could you start doing those things. But very often what I've noticed with my coaching clients is that they actually realize that actually I could start living that life already. Like I could start having that morning routine, or I could start having that evening routine already. I don't know what's stopping me. And then we realize that nothing is stopping you. The only thing that is stopping you is you, really. So what are you dreaming of, and how can you already start living that dream life? And that is all of the questions that I'm going to give you right now to get some clarity. I don't want to overwhelm you with too many questions. So really stop and think about what are your answers to these questions. And if you want extra support, send me a message on Instagram at Vera Amazing, and we can discuss whatever came up for you from these questions. And if you need extra guidance, I offer that. So send me a message on Instagram. I would love to hear your thoughts, and also which question was the most powerful for you, which question gave you the most clarity. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with me today, and I will talk to you soon. And I wish you the most amazing day.